Hi everyone, my name is Michelle and welcome to my channel, Live Well and Age Well with Purpose. Today we're going to be talking about something that can be really confusing, supplements. I'll be providing a full outline of today's video in the comments so you don't have to take notes or listen twice. I'll be covering supplement facts and hacks for healthy aging. If you've ever seen ads online for supplements or walked into the store and thought, do I really need all this stuff? You're not alone. There are thousands of options out there, all promising better health, more energy, stronger bones, better brain function, you name it. So today, I'm going to break it down in a simple, practical way. We'll cover what supplements actually do, which ones are commonly recommended for aging adults, and most importantly, some smart facts and hacks to help you make better choices. So, what supplements really are. Let's start with the basics. Supplements are meant to add to your nutrition, not replace a healthy diet. They can help fill the gaps, address specific health concerns, and support overall wellness. And not all supplements are the same. There are really three main types. The first one is traditional supplements. These include things like herbal medicines, plants and botanicals that have been used for generations in a lot of different cultures. Second type is non-traditional supplements. These are newer and often focus on things like cellular health, gut-brain connection, detox support. You might hear about supplements like NAD+, probiotics, or other cutting-edge ingredients. These are non-traditional in that category. The third type of supplement are vitamins and minerals. These are the most familiar to us. These are things like vitamin D, calcium, and B12. So there are some important facts you need to know about regulation. There's something a lot of people don't realize. In the United States, supplements are regulated by the FDA, but they're regulated as food, not as drugs. That means manufacturers must follow safety and manufacturing guidelines, but they do not have to prove a supplement works before selling it. So yes, products hit the market without strong evidence behind them. That's why being an informed consumer is so important. So there are a lot of common supplement recommendations out there. If you search online, you'll find a lot of those. Some reliable guidance comes from governmental organizations like the National Institute on Aging and the National Institute on Health. Here are some of the most commonly suggested supplements for older adults and why. Vitamin D and calcium. These support bone health and help prevent osteoporosis, which is especially important as we age and our absorption declines. Another one is omega-3 fatty acids, basically fish oil. They're helpful for heart health, reducing inflammation, and possibly supporting brain health. Vitamin B12. This is a big one. B12 supports nerve function and red blood cells, and many older adults don't absorb enough of it from food. Magnesium is recommended. It supports muscle and nerve function. It may help with sleep and can help regulate blood pressure. CoQ10, coenzyme Q10. This helps your cells produce energy as your natural levels decline as you get older. Protein or creatine. These both are important for maintaining muscle mass and preventing age-related muscle loss. Probiotics. These support gut health, which is increasingly linked to immune function and even to mood. And curcumin. It's a compound made from turmeric known for its anti-inflammatory properties. Those are all recommended by governmental organizations. You'll also see recommendations online from doctors and experts. Some are helpful, but always keep in mind, not all advice is equal, and some people are selling products. So here comes some facts and hacks. This is the important part. This is where things get really interesting and really important. Fact number one, quality varies a lot. Because supplements aren't tightly regulated, some products may contain very little of what they claim. Nobody regulates it. Others may not absorb well into your body, which brings us to a key concept. bioavailability. This means how well your body absorbs and uses a supplement. Some supplements sound great on paper, but they don't work well in reality. For example, certain forms of magnesium aren't absorbed very well by the body. Curcumin is also known to have low absorption unless it's specially formulated. And here's something I've noticed. Many doctors don't always talk about this when they recommend you take a supplement. Actually, I don't see how the average primary care physician can keep up with all the supplements that are out there. This is why you need to do your own research. Fact number 2, form matters. Not all supplements are created equal, even within the same nutrient. Take magnesium. There are multiple forms, some better for sleep, some for digestion, and some poorly absorbed. Or calcium. It can come from plant sources or animal sources. Different types affect absorption and side effects. Or there are supplements that come in different forms, like collagen, which often comes in powder or can come in capsule form. So when you're choosing a supplement, the form matters just as much as the ingredient. Fact 3, interactions are real. Some supplements can interfere with medications. 2 big examples, grapefruit. Grapefruit interferes with hundreds of medications. St. John's wort is another one. It can interfere with a wide range of prescription medication. So always check before adding something new, especially if you're taking medication. Fact number 4, supplements are a huge industry. It's massive and marketing is everywhere. You've probably seen claims like boosts metabolism, balances hormones, supports gut health, supports brain health. These are called structure or function claims, and they're allowed even if strong evidence of truth is limited. They just can't say that they treat or cure diseases. That's the one thing they're not allowed to say. And you'll see a lot of times we're not claiming to treat or cure a disease. And honestly, if you've ever felt overwhelmed by ads, especially targeted ones, that's completely normal. I get them all the time. So, how do we choose better supplements? So let's take a look at some ways you can do that. First of all is do a little bit of research online. You don't need to become a scientist, but a quick internet search goes a long way. You can try some search terms like magnesium bioavailability, best forms of calcium, clinical trials of NAD+. The good news, many sites summarize their studies so you don't have to read complicated medical language. Often the summary is the beginning of a medical paper. A second approach is to use modern tools. Use search engines, and they often now provide an AI summary, and it can give you a quick overview, but they're not perfect, but they can be a good starting point. Number 3, check for interactions. Sites like WebMD have tools where you can search for a supplement and determine what it interacts with, what drugs it will interact with. And that's especially important if you're taking prescriptions. Number 4, consider the source. Be cautious with sponsored search results on Google. When you search on Google, oftentimes the top 5 to 10 results say sponsored. That means the company paid to get their result there for that search. Also be cautious with over-the-top Amazon reviews and online influencers who are pushing products. Be careful about that too. They may be getting paid for what they're saying. So things you can look for on your packaging, third-party testing. It'll indicate if there's third-party testing. Transparent labeling. Are they reputable brands? Just because they're in the store doesn't always mean they're a reputable brand. Let's look at an app that can help us select the best supplements. It helps to have a simple way to make smarter decisions about your supplements without feeling overwhelmed. I use the Subco app myself. It's not sponsored here, but that's what I happen to use. It helps you to compare supplements, understand what you're buying, and keep everything organized in one place. Let's take a look together. All right, so we're going to scroll down a bit and look at some tested products. We'll choose the first product. And then once you access a product, you can see that it really gives you some helpful information. First thing we have is a trust score, and we have a cost per dose. And we also have a way to track all your supplements in one place, which we'll look at some more. This is especially helpful because it lets you balance quality and price, so you can find something that works for both your health and your budget. So you can also find supplements that you might want to take. We can search here. We're going to search for, let's try magnesium glycinate. Okay. And I'm going to, I have this ranked by trust score, but you could rank it by price. By setting a minimum, you could organize by form, capsule, tablet, whatever. But I have it organized by trust score. You could do serving certifications. So you'll see a list of options here, and it has the brand name, which is Thorne, magnesium bisglycinate, Revive magnesium glycinate, magnesium glycinate complex by Designs for Health, and the list goes on. And because I have it ranked by trust score, the highest trust score right here is first, and then we have another one here. So it also has a dosage, how many servings, and the price per serving. You can then click options by, or go into this more specifically and see the actual rankings by active ingredients. There's trust score breakdown. This shows why the product scored the way it did. We scroll a little more and we can see the nutrients that are included and suggested use. We have a quality rank. This is among the top 10 in popularity, and it's a very high quality rank also. Cost rank is, it's an expensive one. You'll also find a section where you can compare this product to similar options right here. And then a list of other ranked magnesium glycinate choices. So instead of just picking the first thing you see at the store, you can weigh all these factors and choose what's the best for you. Now let's say you already take a supplement. You can search for it by brand and dosage and then add it to your personal list. So I'll do that as an example here. And let's do, IP6 maybe? Yeah, let's see what we get here. There we go. And let's say I want to start taking this. So I can add it to my stack. And then I can either click right here to view my stack, or I could click the option that was just displayed, View, right after I added. So here's a list of things that I take. And you'll see that the item I just added is here. So it's handy when you have doctor's visits and, you know, they ask what all you're taking. You just pull this out and you can let them know. I'm going to remove this from my stack. If you ever want to remove something, you do it the way I just did. You click the dots, remove from your stack. There's also another feature in here that is very useful. This is in the research section, and you can learn about specific supplements before you decide to take them. So, for instance, I'm going to look for ashwagandha. Yeah, I probably spelled it wrong. Okay, so here we go. And then we will choose it. And then there's an overview, which talks about its health effects for testosterone support, cortisol, stress, great many health effects there. And then there's also a tab where you learn more, what it is, how it works, benefits, clinically proven benefits, which is very helpful right here. And there's also emerging and potential benefits. And then also there is posts. And this is people sharing their own experiences. So each of these gives you a different level of detail. You can explore as much or as little as you want. You can tap into each one, read more about benefits, uses, and general information. So the Research Center also includes a health goals section, nutrient journeys, and even protocols, which are simple plans for things like longevity, fitness, or weight management. So let's say I'm interested in the protocol for women's hormone support. This doctor has created a list of supplements which would be helpful. Now you notice here we have omega fatty acids. There's nothing listed here. 0 milligrams. It's listed as helpful, but it doesn't indicate how much you should take. So I always just ignore that. So anyway, it comes down to, it's not just about buying supplements. It's about understanding how they fit into your overall health. Also, one quick tip before we wrap this up. If you're trying something new, it's a good idea to add one supplement at a time. That way you can pay attention to how your body responds and notice any side effects or benefits more clearly. If you take more than one at a time, you really don't know what's benefiting you or harming you. The goal here is not to make things more complicated, it's to make things clearer. With the Supco app, you can compare quality and cost, keep track of what you're taking, and learn more about what actually works for your health, all in one place. So, here's the bottom line. Supplements can be absolutely helpful, but they're not magic. The key is understand what you actually need, choose high-quality products, pay attention to how your body responds. And most importantly, don't feel like you have to take everything that's out there. Sometimes a few well-chosen supplements can do a lot more for you than having a whole medicine cabinet full of bottles. If you found this video helpful, feel free to share it with someone who might need it. And please help me out. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you would. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments below. I provided a full outline in the description of today's presentation, and you can easily see what we talked about. Thanks for watching. Live well and age well.